Welcome back to New Orleans franchise mode on Wood Sports Gaming. The Saints have a matchup with the struggling New York Giants. The Saints enter the game trying to fight and secure the first seed in the playoffs. Can Ricky Woods be good enough to help this team get a fence going for these final 3 games? And can league-leading sack leader Tom Bisbee add into his rookie sack totals already at 13 of the games to go? So let's get in the game and bear this short message. Hey everyone, welcome to Wood Sports Gaming, your ultimate destination for the best in sports gaming content. From Madden, NHL, and FC to WWE 2K, NBA 2K, and MLB The Show. We've got it all covered. Whether you're into epic matchups, career modes, or just looking for some fun and entertaining gameplay, you're in the right place.
Taking on the New York Giants.
Copyright disclaimer. Before we dive into the action, just a quick note. I do not own any of the content featured in these videos. All game footage is owned by their respective creators and developers, including ourselves for Madden, NHL, and FC, WWE 2K by 2K Sports, NBA 2K by Visual Concepts, and MLB The Show by San Diego Studio. These videos are made for entertainment purposes only, and full credit goes to the game developers for their amazing work.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They've been cooking these last couple months.
A reminder that some of the players in these games are created by me for fun. For example, a player like John Trump is truly fictional and not affiliated with the real Donald Trump. This is simply an honor and narrative we're building for entertainment.
4 weeks sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in week 15.
If you enjoy what you see,
Darnay Holmes now from his
don't
end
forget to
zone.
hit that like button,
And he's
share
able
the
to get this
video,
across
and
the 20,
subscribe
but
to the
not
channel
by
so you
much
never
as
miss
he's
an
marked
upload.
down officially
Drop a comment
at the
below
21.
and let me know what games and matchups you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching,
The
and let's
Giants
get into the
ready to
game.
go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
Now Jones.
That's caught. Allen Robinson.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
So they give up the completion there, but defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing Jones. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Off play action. Jones. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 131 yards, and also the score.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
They'll run it again with Miller.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
The pass caught by Olave.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
The Saints had 10-3 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Kamara up the middle. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Back to throw now on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dexter Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Off the play fake. Jones. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle 3.
But you got a punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play? It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Stays on his feet. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Jones, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
A 10th carry for Kamara. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Holmes returning from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And New York set to take the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Slayton coming up with a really nice grab.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A 1-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this 1-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. Jaden Reed, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Landry Jones throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Bryce Young leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum, because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He can't get him down. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out their first possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to Robinson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
60 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brian Burns getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And New York set to take the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. Caught out left side by Robinson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for this with Singletary.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8.
Now Kamara. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 35. A gain of 6. Manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. There he goes right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback. 31 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Jones.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Kamara will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
2nd and 2. Dancing to his left.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Xander Horvath, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Back to throw again. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. This is caught by Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space. But on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Robinson's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to throw. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Call it a loss of 4 there to sack. It's speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more 1st down to help salt this one away.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to it.
And they get Jones for the third time in this ball game.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Second down and 6 now.
Running with Kamara. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
And this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for New Orleans, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.